Okay, guys, so welcome to another Scrappin' Irish Sunday night live chat. And thanks to everyone who's come in straight away. This week I did pin the link because last week I was being given out to by what's this about? Okay, sorry, no, something just popped up on the screen there. Yeah, so I was being given out because I forgot to pin it last week, and Ian Matthews couldn't get up on the live, so for when he wanted to get up. So unfortunately, I forgot to pin it, but solved that problem today. So first person in is American's favorite hoarder. Welcome in. See you scrapping. Then Patrick Williams, welcome in. E-Waste Mike, watched E-Waste Mike video there. He said he was going to be over here on at the live. He got his new 7-inch grinder delivered. So we'll see how he gets on with that one. Patrick Williams saying hi to everyone. I just pinned the link. And Paul Frost. So I think that's everyone in so far. So don't forget, Jeanette, thank you for coming in. Don't forget, guys, to hit the like if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. And I think 70 of you have already hit the like. So if anyone else who hasn't hit the like could do that, I would appreciate it. So it's saying 9 now, so that's good. Who are we there? Scrapping on the fly, welcome in, good to see you. Porion. Hey, James P, welcome in, good to see you as well. I hope everyone is good. I've been working on a little bit of gold recovery today. As we speak, I have some Acarija out in the back on some heat and just trying to evaporate down some of the content. And here he is himself, Mike. Number one, Mike. Number one, Mike.
I feel bad today.
Have you thrown away the guard off the grinder already?
I didn't even open it.
All right.
But yeah, I don't throw them away. I'm gonna hang them on the wall. I got a guard collection.
Why do you feel bad?
Well, Shark didn't go live, but under the circumstances, I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah. He, in case anyone doesn't know,
Nothing happened to her though.
He did put a post up, and he said that unfortunately his missus was involved in a bit of a car accident, and so he was waiting for the tow truck to come to take away the car, and it was taking longer than come, so he couldn't go live. But he said she was okay, that there was no one hurt, so that's the main thing. Anything else can be replaced over time. Rick, Sláinte to you too. And who else have we there coming in? America's favorite hoarder saying hi, blah blah blah. Yeah, I know it's as long as you can walk away from them. Scrapping. Do you ever scrap carrot gold? How nutrient? No, I don't. I don't do like jewelry. All my gold that I get is from e-waste. So from like circuit boards and stuff like that. That's where I do my gold recovery from. So for instance, like mobile phones and stuff like that, they might have gold on them. That's what I do the gold from, Rick. I don't do it from carat jewelry or stuff like that. I just do it from e-waste. Well, thanks for popping into the channel. And I'm not sure is there anyone in the chat yet that does it from jewelry. There may be. I'm not sure. If anyone does, please let us know.
Well, it's good to see Scrapping on the Fly still alive.
It's always good to see everyone still alive, not just Scrapping on the Fly. Everyone.
He had a heart attack.
Yeah, I know. I heard that.
Yeah.
But do you think your processors work on scrap jewelry? Seems like some of the. Well, again, you're going to need nitric acid, Rick. That's one of the main things you're going to need is nitric acid for the gold recovery. So that's very hard to get in Ireland. And I'm starting to run low on mine as well. So I'm going to have to start making some soon. I'm starting to run low. I'd say this year could be the last of my nitric acid that I have. So I'm going to have to probably make some.
You see all those gold boards I had?
Yes, Mike, you have always get the nicest gold boards. You do. And you always like to show them to try and upset me.
I do.
James, he's just gone, Ian. Look at that.
I could sell this for blank RAM. but
Okay.
it's only like $2 something a pound. Really not worth it.
Have you been trying out the new software on Board Sort's website? Checking them the photos to see what it comes up with.
I did it today actually.
Okay.
I don't remember what these came out of. I think that big black box I have that I've been complaining about. I took a picture of this. So nothing really. I mean, on this side there is.
Yeah.
So it told me that this was a high-grade non-SATA hard drive board. Wrong.
Well, Shark has just said, Scrapper Irish just got back from the accident scene. Let me get a cold drink and I'll be right with you all. Okay, so he's back.
All right, well, I gotta go. It was good to see you.
Send Irish Circus Sticks Tires postage to collect. Yeah, no, so yeah, it's yeah, Beetlejuice. Yeah, James B. You have to say it. I like Ian has so much time on his hands now, like, and he still only managed to put out one video last week. I think wasn't it only one video? And all the time.
And I'm in the garage. 95 Fahrenheit feels like 108 Fahrenheit.
Well, I always said if it feels like it, it is it. You know, if it feels like it's 106, it's 106.
Well, the humidity is so bad here. I wish I could show you this. I don't know how far my camera will go. I'll probably unplug it.
You're probably doing Ian.
Nobody can do an Ian. Let's see. Let me turn this bright light on so you can see it. Hold on. You see all this on the floor?
Moisture.
It is so humid here that I have a lake in the garage. Isn't that crazy?
Moisture.
And I'm over here huffing and puffing with my one lung. Sorry, guys. But I'm out here getting it done, so.
You'll find it easier than most to get a license. Probably would, but I only do this as a hobby, so I don't want to go down that road of registering as a business and stuff like that, because then it's just going to be torture if you go registering as a business. So it's just a hobby for you. It's just a hobby.
I'm not going to Alabama. Thank you.
87 Fahrenheit up here in the mountains. Beautiful sunny day, says Shark. We had a lovely sunny couple of days there. Today was a bit cloudier. Temperatures dropped back a bit, but it's still quite humid. Temperatures today only got up as far as, I'd say, 18, 19 degrees Celsius. But we had like 30 degrees Celsius up to in spots, I think. But humidity was like 80, 90%. So that meant it was very warm. Today, humidity is back down to 73%. Hey, Ron, welcome in. Good to see you. What's everyone been working on in the chat, by the way? What has everyone been working on in there? And has anyone ever heard from Poosmate? I ask this every couple of weeks. Has anyone heard from Poosmate?
No Poosmate.
No Poosmate. Like, it's over a year since anyone, I think, has had any contact from Poosmate.
Yeah.
Patrick is saying temperatures dropped a bit and so scrap. You mean scrap prices have dropped as well? Yeah. Yeah, scrap prices are back a bit. I forgot what are gold prices at the moment? Because with Shark not gone live, we don't know what the gold price is. Gold price. Let's have a look and see what gold price is. I rely on Shark for my gold price. We're doing it in dollars because everyone likes to hear it in dollars. Today it is $3,368.54. That's what gold is. So for the week, it is back 1.9%. For the month, it is up 2.3%. So still up for the month, so can't complain. And anyway, for the year, we're up 45%. for the year. So
See, we don't need Shark. We got Irish.
yeah, we can do these prices.
Yeah, we don't need him.
No, we don't be as fancy as him with the charts and stuff, but bought a 200-gram silver what's that? Spoon for a fiver at a car boot today. One electroplated 1.925. What's your plan for getting the silver off that, Rick? This crosses into YouTube. Workshop. If anyone has info on him, I've been worried about him. Okay, so there's another person. If anyone has heard anything. See, sometimes people just come off YouTube, give it up. They find it just too negative sometimes, or they just haven't got the time. Things change in their life, and they just move on to something different and give YouTube up for a while. But a lot of the time, if someone goes for a long time, we presume something has happened to them, or something like that, and we just are kind of concerned. And
I can't take 2 days off and my phone blows up. Ooh, where you at? What are you doing?
Are you okay? It's just the way it is with YouTube. Yeah. When you put yourself out there, people get used to seeing you, and if they don't see you, then they kind of say, "I wonder what happened there." And then after a while, if you no reply, if they have your number, they'll text you.
Yep.
They'll text you.
Chris had board shorts like that. No video today. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, idiot.
Well, it could be worse. He could have rang you at 5 in the morning, like Ian Matthews does.
Yeah.
That could have been even worse. What are you working on there, Mike?
Mind your own business.
You could say that.
I haven't told you one of them in a while. I'm taking apart all this analyzing equipment. You really must know.
Oh, okay.
Like the third one, I'm taking apart.
Is that aluminium or steel, or what is it? Steel?
This is all aluminium.
Nice.
I was hoping to be aluminum. I get a little bit more money, but
seeing it's aluminium.
Aluminium, it's no good.
Yeah. Throw it away. That old aluminium stuff. It's the aluminum stuff you want. We have the Shark. Shark, everything all right? Your missus okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
Good. Car, not so fine.
Car, not so fine.
Okay.
Yeah, they T-boned her, and the way the angle of the car that ran into her caught hold of the right rear wheel, and we think may have broke the axle because the wheels kind of pointed out in a funny direction. So, yeah, it's and the insurance company, you send in all the pictures and everything right away, and they're like, yeah, we're probably going to write that as a total loss, so we'll get you a rental car and let you know in a couple of days what we're going to do.
No, yeah, because a lot of the time now it's just cheaper to write them off than try and get a garage to go fixing them and messing about with them, so they just write it off. Rod, take care. And JD, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for coming in. JD Recycling, welcome in.
Yeah, the scale guy at my yard, it was his fault, but he rear-ended somebody because he was looking in the rearview mirror instead of looking out the windshield. So all that was wrong with his car was the fender and the grill and part of the hood, and they totaled it because the airbag. They said because the airbag went off, they totaled it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how they do stuff. That's a fine piece, Mike. Oh, American Hoarder, I told you, don't be talking to me like that on live streams. That's a private chat.
Rick has done his first, was going to do his first gold refine since he moved to Ireland, and he's going to get it essayed at Dublin Castle. So there we go.
Cool.
Shark airbags can, airbag. Did the airbags go off? Did they?
No.
Shark. Oh, did the airbags go off?
Yeah, it was really weird because it was a side hit.
Yeah.
It for whatever reason the bags didn't deploy. So.
Okay, because that's one of the biggest expenses. If the airbags go off, it's just like, all the time here. Even if there's no mark on the outside of the car, and the airbag has gone off in the car, they just write them off because it's just too much expense, they say, to get the airbags redone and certified.
Huh.
You know.
Did she have side airbags?
I don't. Let me see. Wait a minute. Let me think. I think that car does have side airbags.
Hmm.
She had the passenger side airbags disabled. You know, you could turn them off if you need to.
Yeah.
And that was the side of the car that they hit. So maybe that's why the airbags didn't deploy.
Okay. You do know that in them airbags sensors there is a piece of gold in there, a gold ball. Just saying. There is a little gold ball in them airbag sensors. Not solid gold or anything, just gold plated. So
Yeah.
might be worth taking it out. tell the insurance company I need to get some stuff out of the car and start taking all these sensors out of it.
She only shuts that passenger side airbag off when Shark's over there sitting.
Exactly.
You could take the airbags out and do like people do on YouTube videos, set them up and wait till someone sits down in an area and set the airbag off and blow them up through the ceiling.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like something I would do.
Yeah, it does. But no, actually, it sounds like something Ian Matthews would do.
No, I'm glad she got it right now.
Or has done.
So did you hear my Oscar thing, Shark?
Oscar thing?
Yeah, you showed it that board that misidentified it.
Yeah. Oscar's a scam.
It's learning. It's got a lot of work. It's got some growing pains to go through.
Well, I'm doing it with high grade non-SATA because that's what the man said. So.
Well, they have a statement right on there that says it's experimental.
That don't apply to me though. That don't apply to me.
Take off the catalytic converter as well. American Papers Order said.
Aluminum wheel.
Yeah, it is on its way to the yard now. It took forever for the tow truck to show up. Man.
It is a Sunday.
I don't care. When I call, I expect service.
It is a Sunday. But she's okay. She shook up a bit from it, I'd say.
Yeah, she's fine. She's fine.
Good.
She's downstairs baking cookies right now.
Oh, well then, so you'll have to be chauffeur now until you get the hire car.
Yeah, well, we'll do that tomorrow. The rental car company already called and said that they got the notice from the insurance company, and we can call any of the local enterprise companies and and pick up a car whenever we're ready.
Okay, that's quick. That's good. The insurance company have already done all their side, so that's good that's out of the way. Because usually sometimes insurance companies can drag their feet a bit getting stuff sorted, but they seem to be on the ball.
Yeah, they got right on this one. So that's a good thing. And the police officer was there doing a police report, and I'm on the phone with the insurance company, and I told the insurance agent, I said, hey, do you want me to have the police officer call a tow truck, or will you call the tow truck? And she said, no, we'll take care of that. And I was like, all right. And so I told the police officer, and he said, okay, yeah, they're probably they want to save some money because, it's really expensive when we call a tow truck.
Yeah.
And so it took like 3 hours for the freaking tow truck to show up. It was ridiculous, Whereas if the police had called, those companies, their contract with the police department says they have to respond within a certain amount of time. So, it probably would have been there lickety split. But since we had to wait, since the insurance company called it in, it was like, yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. And was it far from your house with the accident?
No, not really.
Okay. No. Okay. So, any other news, Shark Scrapper? Anything of interest? Have you anything interesting to tell us from the week besides the car?
Yeah, I had the fire department show up this week. I had both the doors open, letting the air flow through, and this fireman comes wandering in through the bay door, and he wanted to know if this was the company that had been in there before, and I told him no, and he said, "Oh, okay. Well, how long you been in here?" And I told him when I started the lease, and he said, "All right, well, you're due for an inspection, so mind if I walk through?" And I'm like, well, "Okay, whatever." And so he dinged me on the fire extinguishers because I hadn't gotten one of the local fire extinguisher companies to recheck the fire extinguishers since I moved in there. So now I've got to get Cintas or one of those companies to come in and put a new tag on the fire extinguishers. And, it's like, hell, I should have just forged their initials, but didn't know the guy was coming.
So that ain't the storage owner's responsibility?
No, it's my responsibility.
Oh, okay.
Where's your fire extinguishers, Mike?
Right here. You just keep it flaming, keep it going.
Not a fire starter, a fire extinguisher. Welcome in, Lee, by the way. Good to see you.
I'll dump my water on it. I'd actually just like to just let it burn. It's insured.
Yeah, it is insured. So it is insured.
And then he can rebuild the garage a little lower so that tree ain't hitting the roof. Okay?
Would it not be easier to go out and cut the tree down a bit?
It would be, but why should I do it?
I don't know. So that you don't get killed by a tree falling down on top of you when you're working in the shed.
Well, as low as it is, it's already on the roof, so how much further can it fall?
Okay.
It's not really going to fall that far. Hey, you got to think. You got that big bald head there. Got to be something in there. You got to think outside the box. Right, Shark?
There you go. Think outside the box.
Good evening, Scrapping Irish. Shark, Mike, all in chat. Forgive this long. It's over 3 decades since I brought babies up. I forgot this is not a good idea at 4 a.m. When a baby is crying. What are you on about, Matthews, you nutjob? Babysitting, you mean? You're babysitting. That's what he's at. Oh. Well, you see, now that you have retired, Ian, it means your free time becomes more useful to people. So they go, he's not working. He can look after the baby today. You see, maybe retirement was not such a good idea after all.
He loves every minute of it.
Yeah, put the video there. They will go to sleep. Yeah, not a chance of that. Hey, Ralph Morrick. Ralph Morrick was playing another game that wasn't Minecraft, which was great.
But I would tell you what, though, to Ian's comment, I remember being a young dad with, when the brand new baby in the house, and I was still in the Navy, so I was, going to sea. And I mean, there were times when I would say to the captain, "Hey, can we get underway for 2 weeks? Because I need some sleep."
There's only 4 states to a baby: food time, sleep time, and play time. Are they not your own 4 states, Ian? Do you not have that to say? Well, you've drink time, grab time, sleep time. Craig, hi guys, I'm back. Did you all look into your since last time we spoke? Just seeing if you have any new info. X-ray films? No, I have no info about the X-ray films because I haven't got a source for the X-ray films to start. So I don't. I until I get the X-ray films. If I ever get my hands on some, then I'll be able to do a bit of research. But without them, I'm afraid I have no information.
No, I've never done X-rays. I've heard people about doing them, but I've never done them.
What should I do with these?
Just send them to me.
You paying the
shred pile? Shred pile.
You paying the postage? I'll send them to you. Hey, like my mini guitar? I bought a mini guitar.
Yeah, look at the mini guitar you bought.
This is gonna kill.
It could be a mini golf bag too.
This thing's gonna kill me because it's heavy as hell, and this is not gonna be a good. God dang! I said dang, but I bought that, and then I bought these.
Oh yes, the blades.
I got these yesterday. I got
Are
my
those
feet-
the safety shields or the blades?
These are the safety blades. See, they have that little rubber on them, keep them safe. So they don't spark or anything. Yeah, that's a safety blade. Like safety squints, but different. Ugh. Those are just cut off this.
I just want to make sure that does come with a grinder guard when they sell them, because every one of yours doesn't seem to have it. I was just wondering what the actual.
Yeah,
ones you buy-
it don't have handles like this either. Hey, if anybody needs any of these tools, I have like 17,000 of them. I don't even use them. Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh.
Dang, that's a big one.
It's Velcroed in there. All right. Well, that can go in the trash. I ain't got time for that. Ooh, burn my
Oh,
hand
look
up.
at that. They sent it to you with the safety guard on.
Oh, yeah.
And you can adjust it, see? Yep.
We're going to have to make it one that you can't remove the guard from. That will put a stop to you.
No, I tell you what, I think, and I hate to say this, I think this card's going to stay on because I'm already scared looking at this thing.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the 7-inch blade going without
Yeah.
a guard would be a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get I don't want to say I get nervous, but I get very respectful when I pick up the big grinder because
Yeah.
that thing could do a lot of damage.
But at least this one here, when you push the button in, you know, you can let it go. It don't lock.
Yeah.
To where this new one I have. No, the old one I had. It no, my new one. Where was that? I don't know. Somewhere. Is it that one? No. I don't know. It's somewhere in here.
But the other one used to lock in, didn't it? It wouldn't.
Well, yeah, it had a slide. It had a trigger on the side, and then you had to push down on the trigger, push it up, and then it would lock in place and engage. But then you had to hit that lever down again to get it to disengage. That one there will kill you. This one here is definitely going to kill me.
What was Ralph saying? Ralph was saying that's the biggest Ryobi tool I've seen so far. I only know the little arts and crafts stuff they do.
And you know what? I didn't pay a lot for this thing either. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. But I need this for those bigger motors I have because this little dude, this 4.5 don't get it.
So
Well, either that or
a few £100 of them. Oh, that's a lot of silver in there if you can get it out.
it was either that or Copper Stripper ordered the Ryobi and she doesn't know how long 4 inches is.
I can't get her.
Oh,
I can't get her to touch a power tool.
I thought you were going to say something else.
I haven't asked. I haven't gone that far yet. Let me just say, been there, done that.
Yeah, America's favorite. Or E. Matthews can get his 7-inch down to. I'm not about his grinder blades now, guys. His 7-inch grinder blades down to the nub.
Oh, it's even got the buffing pad. Here, put that
Oh,
on my
cool.
Oh, if you want to go out polishing some
You can
cars.
shine your copper up nice and bright.
sandpaper. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that.
Yeah. So you got a lot of stuff you don't need.
I got a lot of shred.
Hey, Andy, welcome in. No problem. Never an issue. Whenever you come in, you come in. I understand people have stuff to do. And before you even ask, Andy, Mike isn't eating anything today at night.
Nope. too hot to eat.
And I don't think Mike said he loves Ralph either when Ralph came in.
Because Rob don't play Minecraft like he's supposed to. He plays stupid.
Because, see, Mike got distracted with his new 7-inch grinder. And he got distracted.
Ralph knows I love him.
My boss man is a chiropractor and he switches to Dish. Let's do it now. Give me all the old film he has in storage. I have 6 big totes full of them. Oh, nice. And do you have any access to the nitric acid, Craig? Or because nitric acid probably would be the quickest way of doing them. I know you tried the bleach and you said you didn't have much success with the bleach. Well, I'm off work from for the week anyway myself, so I'm going to get hopefully a lot of scrapping done, and I'll get my 2 sheds cleared out, Ian Matthews, over this week. Hopefully, I'll be back to 2 empty sheds. That's the plan with the week off. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. Until somebody delivers something for you.
No, I don't plan on picking anything up or doing anything. I just plan on scrapping the week that I'm off work and just try and get through as much of the rubbish that I built up and printers and stuff I've been ignoring, trying to not scrap out because they're just not worth scrapping out sometimes. But now that they're out there, they have to be dealt with. So I have printers and stuff like that. I have a lot of wire I want to strip as well. And I hopefully want to unpack. I still haven't unpacked the Vevor furnace yet, the propane furnace I got. Still haven't unpacked that because I'm still waiting for a few things. So I might get some melting done as well. Hey, welcome in, Merchant Metals. Good to see you.
Did you see where Merchant Metals rescued a deer?
Yes, on this video we done today.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
That was out today, that video, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it?
And did you see how bad he treated his dog when taking him on a second run? That's terrible. That's animal cruelty.
Well, he did rescue a deer.
Yeah, but he left his dog hanging. Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
It's a waste of time.
What do you mean it's a waste of time? Look at all them lovely boards.
Everything's a waste of time to me.
Just throw it in the shred pile and move on.
Hey, Jules, welcome in. Good to see you.
Look how cheap this is. You see this piece right here? It's a wedge holding that piece in there. And it's a piece of freaking wood.
Piece of timber.
That was that's what happens when you get the lowest paid IT technician you can find.
These ain't very good boards.
They look okay from here, but let's take one out and see.
I said they're not very good boards.
Okay.
They probably all have gold fingers on them. And they might have some good top hats. I see a couple good top hats, but other than that, some old gold.
Oh yeah, that's the better gold.
Yeah. So it does have good top hats. So we'll pull all them off.
Nice.
My refiner buys those. In case you didn't know, Sharp. When you're digging in your Gaylord box full of low-grade boards. Oh!
Oh no!
And then we'll pull those 2 up, and now look what we got. We got 2 IC chips, 4 top hats, and a piece of crap.
Well, that's
You gonna
more than
sell
you
that
had.
as a gold finger card, or are you gonna take the fingers off?
Oh shit!
You forgot.
No, I'll take the fingers off of this one. I got a gold finger guy. Good call, Shark. That's why I put in my thing. I finally made some money. And I never make any money. This is why.
Good job of Sharky's keeping an eye on you there, making
Yeah.
sure you're doing it right.
Somebody got it.
Making sure you're doing it right.
I'll tell you what. This little bit of gold fingers right here. That's actually almost $400.
There you go.
And it's not even half full. A lot of old stuff in there, though. If I ever decide to send it to the clown.
when you need the money, you can send it.
Yeah. Oh,
Ian Matthews, how much progress have you made in the shed over the weekend? Is my question for you. Don't be using the babysitting as an excuse. Tell us how much you've done.
extreme heat warning. Yeah, you're a little late.
Look,
I had to open a big door to dry my floor. Look at all those gold pins in there going to the.
oh, look at that.
Going right to the low grade board.
Can you? Yeah. Hold on.
What?
I was going to ask you something, but you've thrown it away now.
Well, you can still ask me.
I was going to say, see where the gold fingers are coming on that other board you just threw away? The gold pins that were out there.
Yeah.
Could you not just use your pliers there or your whatever you had there a minute ago and pull off them? No? Would your refiner not buy it? Does your refiner not buy it? No?
Yeah, I could,
Just wondering.
but I choose not to.
I had a really good recycling idea. Let's see what it says. But it costs so much for the equipment. A bag of rubber mulch costs $7 per 0.8 cubic, but you can get 4 rubber mulch per standard car tire. Yeah, well, there's people doing that already over here. A lot of that rubber mulch and stuff like that from the car tires end up on AstroTurf pitches and stuff like that. I've seen somewhere where they're building roads now from recycled tires. They're using tires to build roads out of as well. And they grind them down and they mix it in with the whatever the cement they're doing, and it's another thing. The tire seems to be the hardest thing because for years tires were never recycled, and there's like there's hundreds of millions of tires sitting in landfills still, I think, all over the world, and it's something that they're trying to work out the best way of recycling them. You know.
Yeah, I saw a really interesting, I think it may have been on Business Insider, a really interesting thing that was done on a tire recycling company. And so when the tires come in, they manually separate them because some tires still have enough tread that they're legal in India, Pakistan, Africa. And so they'll pack them up and ship them off there. Others have to be recycled. And then, of course, if they're steel belted, then there's a different process, for shredding them out and getting steel, because you can't have those shards of steel if you're going to use the rubber for something like an AstroTurf or a playground or what have you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really interesting process that they go through for recycling tires these days.
Whew. And then Christian Bortsort, the other bald-headed guy, Irish. I pulled that out. So what I'll do is when my scroll saw blades get here,
Okay.
I'll cut that off for you, okay?
Okay.
Now, Christian Bortsort, he saw, because to me, the rest of this is just breakage. He said, well, if you take all these plugs out, I'll buy him his backplane. I am not going to sit there and take every individual slot out. Nope.
Ain't going to happen.
Nope, ain't going to happen.
Ain't got no time for that.
No.
We knew somebody who used to say that regularly. We don't hear it so much anymore.
He even had a T-shirt that used to say it.
It still applies.
He used to have a T-shirt that used to say that as well.
Yeah, but my grinder.
Hey, how come you're not wearing your Shark Scrapper T-shirt?
I finally threw that away the other day. I threw it on the bed so I could purposely throw it away because it was shredded. And frickin' Earl laid on it for like 2 days. He wouldn't leave me throw it away. So
Oh, he wanted to say
got
goodbye.
up and I put it in the shred or in the trash where it belongs, in the shred.
P. Matthews wants to know what did Oscar say?
What did Oscar say? About what?
About them boards. Them boards.
Oscar ain't the brightest bulb in the pack.
Oscar will be brighter than anyone else at some stage. Once Oscar's finished doing his learning, Oscar will be bright.
And then I sent my yard manager here a picture of 2 boards. I said, because they were kind of like borderline low telecom, high peripheral, kind of like right there. So he sends me a comment back. I was like, well, that ain't an answer. So he said, put him at low telecom. F it. Oh, you're the one going to lose money on it, so whatever you say.
Ian said he will never throw away his e-waste mic pillow.
You see, you can get the
Well,
e-waste
no,
mic
there's
shirt to match it.
there.
Better not throw it away.
Oh, I never knew you'd done that for a living, scrapping on the fly. So you make the rubber mulch. You work a place where they make the rubber mulch from the tires and stuff. Okay, cool. By the way, what I was telling us earlier, Mike, that scrapping on the fly had a heart attack. So I'm wishing him a speedy recovery. Good to see you're here typing in with us. And I hope you're going to take it easy now after this and not get too stressed out.
This damn things don't want to come out, so this goes as breakage. Why won't it come out?
I'll be back in a second. I want to check to make sure the acid I have on heat out back is not getting too boiling over or anything, you know.
Take care of that on your own time, not our time.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to start cussing and showing bad pictures.
Did I ever show you this one at Ian? Oh, it feels like 108 now. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, it's amazing that it's that hot up there.
It's going to be worse tomorrow. They're talking like feel like 110 to 112. It's going to be like 97, 99, something like that.
Yeah.
But I've been out here all day.
I had that WeatherWise app that Ryan Hall's always talking about.
Yeah.
So now I can see all the same stuff that he's looking at. It's very cool.
That's what that is, the WeatherWise thing.
What are we going to get to tomorrow? We're going to hit 90, maybe 91. I might have to put the air conditioning on in the shark cage.
Uh-oh. This house,
The electric rates are so vastly different between residential and business.
Yeah.
And so, like right now at the shark cage, I don't use the lights at all. I don't use the AC. There's the only electricity that's being used is for the minimal security lighting that has to be on all the time.
Uh-huh.
And I'm paying $61 a month because that's the bottom line industrial charge or commercial charge. So it's basically, I have to pay a minimum of $61 a month, even if I don't use any electricity.
Yeah, I was looking at my light bill because between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. here, they consider that peak time. So the rate goes up. But on the weekends, so if you go Friday night at 7 p.m., you can go all the way to Monday at 3 p.m. with no high peak time. The weekends they keep clear, so that's when everybody puts their air conditioners and crap. But I was in the house just before I came up here, and it was 74 degrees in my house, and I don't have the central air or nothing on. I just have some fans blowing in there, so the house is well insulated.
Yeah,
So,
I can't believe you showed that picture of Ian though. While
I was about to say,
Well,
I'm shocked.
did you show that? I have a question here for anyone that might know the answer to this in the thing, because at the moment what I'm doing is I've done some gold recovery, and I have the aqua region now, and I filtered it out. And what I'm trying to do is reduce the amount of it, because I had like maybe 1.5 liters of liquid to deal with. So I want to reduce it down so it's not as much liquid. But if you kept it on for long enough and kept evaporating it completely, under theory, I'm presuming this is right, if you evaporate it down, you should be just left with the gold completely if you evaporate all the liquid away from it. Because the gold can't evaporate, but when the liquid goes, it has to drop the gold out. With that, no, that's just my thinking. You could eventually do it that way. Now, you might get some impurities out with it. But I'm wondering, how would it work?
Well, that's interesting because certainly when you evaporate salt water, the salt
Yeah.
gets left behind.
Yeah. So like the gold can't evaporate, it can't vaporize. So it has to drop out as a solid. Which it can't just burn. You can't burn gold away. You can't, like, if you melt gold into a liquid and keep it melting, it doesn't get any smaller, it just stays at that liquid.
Right.
You know? And when it goes back as a solid, it's the same amount that's there. So technically, if you evaporate all the liquid out, what should be left there is just the gold. Well, and whatever other impurities, might be some copper still in the solution or whatever. It's just something that popped into my head when I went downstairs just to see how much of the liquid had evaporated. But while I was doing it, yeah, that's just well. See, the acid. That's the other side I was thinking. Well, the acid will probably drop out as a salt. So you'd probably get a nitric salt, as the remainder of the acid would be a nitric salt as it evaporates.
Okay, so Irish, I do have to call you out though. You can vaporize gold.
Can you?
Yes, when gold gets to 2,856 degrees Celsius.
Okay, well, it won't get to that temperature.
Your Vevor little melter thingy doesn't go that high?
I don't think it'll go that high, no.
No? Okay. All right. And for the US folks, that's 5,173 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, so I don't think our furnace gets to that. Because what does steel melt at? What's the melting point of steel?
The melting point of steel. I don't remember. Let me look it up.
Ralph's the melting point guy.
By the way, welcome in, Ed. Good to see you. Sorry.
The melting point of steel obviously depends upon the specific alloy, but it generally falls between 1370 C to 1530 C.
So, like, we need to have a temperature in a furnace that is hotter than what will melt the furnace to vaporize gold. Is that
Details.
what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me?
So this is easy. All you have to do is build a nuclear device.
I know where you get it.
I actually got both. I have an electric and a propane furnace now. So I have both. I have the electric one and the propane one. But I haven't used the propane one yet. So that's something I'll be getting, hopefully working on maybe later this week. Maybe. I haven't even unpacked it out of the box yet.
What are you waiting
That's
for?
cool, Mike. What is that? Is that like a whole bunch of wires on? Is that the back side of that box you were just working on?
Can't do nothing. Yes, that's the back side of it.
Oh, Ralph, if you set up his charcoal furnace today. Cool. So he's getting ready to do some melting.
He's
Can you
barbecuing.
imagine being the poor son of a gun that had to wire all that stuff?
I know.
That's what
No.
I say. Chris said he'll buy all these as backplanes, but you gotta sit here and take every little. No, ain't nobody got time for that. Here you go.
Could you not give that job to Copper Stripper instead of, just say, take all
Copper
these off?
Stripper has one job, and she's gone for 2 weeks, so
Oh, well.
ain't getting no work done with her.
Well, Mike, maybe if you weren't using toenail clippers to cut the wires, those are the damn tiniest little wire cutters I ever saw.
You know what? I cleaned out a lawyer's office, and this was in one of the boxes. So one of the techs is mad because they had to go buy it, and these are brand new. They work. Well, I mean, the wires are like teeny weeny, so I'm using the right tool for the job.
So I'm going to try and turn my cast aluminium ingots, maybe my zinc too. Cool. Everyday Solars, welcome in. Good to see you.
Colors.
I say, never need to. I've been knee deep in my shed. You mean you've been nick deep in your shed with the stuff?
Knee deep sounds better.
You know. Welcome in, by the way. Don't forget to hit the like, guys, if you haven't already. Would appreciate it. I know Mike doesn't do it.
Did you know that Sam Adams makes a non-alcoholic beer?
Most alcoholic beer companies make a non-alcoholic version of theirs now. Most of them will.
Interesting.
It's
okay.
Over here anyhow. All the brands are available in the non-alcoholic version.
Yeah.
Well. I drink the Irish O'Douls.
And you don't get the non-alcoholic version, do you?
O'Douls, yeah.
All right, okay.
They got it.
Hey, Solars, liar, you can't get in your shed. Ian is just showing off now because he made a little bit of space in his shed. He's just like saying it. Shark, Ian is saying, Shark, what's the point?
But see, technically, this is not an alcoholic beer because right here on the label it says 0.5% alcohol by volume.
Yeah.
No alcohol in it. But you can walk down the street and drink this and not get in trouble for drinking in public because I've done it. Just to see what will happen.
You just have to try and push it all the time.
I do. The cops are always around my house, so I figured, let me try this little experiment. and the cop pulled up, he's like, you can't drink in public. I said, it's not alcoholic. I can do it. He said, you got to.
It's just a
beer. Well, the funny thing is, so because it still has 0.05%, when you buy it at the grocery store, they still have to come card you.
Yep.
Do they? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. See, over here in America, we card people for their drinking age. I know in Ireland, you put it in your baby's bottles, but over here they card you.
And they name all their male kids Seamus.
If you haven't got a beer bottle in your hand by the age of 10, you're shunned by the community. You're shunned.
But I do like being able to get to have something cold to drink that's not a sweet soda flavor kind of stuff. It's nice to have something that tastes a little different.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. So there isn't. Nothing wrong with that.
I drink a lot of the carbonated flavored water.
Yeah.
That works. All right.
Yeah, looking forward to getting the propane furnace up and running and seeing how that gets on. It should be a bit of fun melting some copper and molasses. As long as I don't do a mic on it and explode it everywhere.
I tell you what, it's been nice to be able to get back to work regularly now that the contractors are for the most part done in the house. We're just waiting for the glass to show up for the shower, but we're done. So I'm able to get to the shop every day and get caught up, and it's so nice to be able to get back to work again.
Yeah, and have you got many more people calling to you now, or have you met any more contacts since how is the routine going for you every week?
Yeah, I've got a pickup pending. It'll be sometime this week. We're trying to figure out a good date to go make that pickup. So yeah, I mean, I still get folks to call and ask me to pick stuff up, and that was part of the problem when the contractors were coming in here all the time. It's like I'd go out to do a pickup and I just was stuffing stuff into the shark cage because I didn't have time to work on it. And so it was just piling up and piling up. I thought for sure when that fire department guy came through, he was going to ding me for the space not having a path that went from one door to the other. I was going to blame it on Ian, but he...
You were going to say, hold on, I have a better target for you. Have a look at this guy. See, can you call to him? See what you can
so he he said, you really do want to get a path cleared. He said, you can, it's for your own safety in case you have a fire, so that you can, get out, and you can kind of get to at least one of your exits. So I'm not going to ding you on that, but get those fire extinguishers checked.
Scrapping Together, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope all is good with you, sir. The amount of work you've coming in now, are you happy enough with that, or are you going to go looking for more, or are you just have you just kind of saying, I'll carry on what I'm doing here, and if stuff comes to me, I'll take it, but I'm not going. Are you actively searching out other contacts at the moment? That's what I'm trying to say.
I am going to be actively searching for quality contacts.
Okay.
I'm not going to do home pickups or these little onesie twosie things. So I'm gonna look for the quality kind of, even if it's just they'll have a load once a month or once every other month, but it'll be a full truckload. Then that to me is a quality pickup. So yeah, I'm gonna keep putting some of those together.
You can't even process what you got. You're looking for more.
Are you turning into Ian Matthews, Shark? Yeah.
Right.
You see? You can't process what you want, have or want more. Hey, Mike.
That's why I said I want quality contacts, because do a pickup, process, do another pickup, process. That's the plan anyway.
Problem is, there's no processing.
Yeah. I was going to say, is he turning into Marty?
Oh man.
Where's that?
Well, you wish he could be like me.
How is Marty getting on since has he gone from the compound? Is he?
Nope, he's still there.
Okay.
I think he got a little lawyer involved, so he wastes more time there.
I know I'm going to regret asking this question, but Mike, why did you have to pick up Mike number 2? That's in the chat. Why did you have to pick up a 600-pound tractor tire?
He needed it for a spare for his truck.
Yeah. It's just like. Why did you need that 600-pound tractor tire? Is my question.
That's a big old transformer. Jeez.
Exercise.
Exercise, yeah. For a yard decoration. America's favorite order set.
Yeah, he's going to paint his street number on it and put it out in the front yard so the mailman.
Everyone knows where his house is. Yeah, I thought he was going to say it was something to do with for the dogs. Some sort of thing for the dogs. I thought he was going to say that. Hammer the workouts.
Excuse me.
It's just funny how we were on about tires earlier and scrapping tires and stuff, and then Mike is picking up a big tractor tire, 600-pound tractor tire. That's a nice big transformer in there, so it is. You scrap that out, I presume, that transformer, do you, Mike?
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's aluminum.
You mean if it's copper?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said if it's aluminum.
Yeah, either one.
You won't scrap out the aluminum ones, do you?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, winter's coming. We've gone past the longest day of the year. We're heading the other way now.
I can't see what that is. I lost it. Yeah, I can't tell what it is. Let me get my big grinder out. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, get the 7-inch grinder out and just tear into it now. Sparks everywhere.
Right down the middle.
Man, I tell you, those big grinders, man, they'll wear your ass out, though, dude. So be careful with that.
That thing is heavy. That's what's nice about this heat. I'm out here all day, and I go in the house and out like a light. I go to sleep.
How long are you having this heat wave? Is it going to be around for a while?
till Wednesday,
Okay.
and it's been going on for this is the second day. It gets hotter every
Hey,
day.
Park Nest, welcome in. If that is the real Park Nest, isn't it? It is. Oh, sorry, if someone in the
We don't
basement.
know.
And this person is moving, so I'm presuming it's the real person. Yeah, he's doing all the movements.
Wait, if you've been pushing a 600-pound tire around, you should be sweating a lot more than that, man.
I think I've sweated all out. That's the problem.
What did you pick up the tire for?
It's for exercise. Literally.
What do you mean it's for exercise?
Okay, the best workout I've ever done in my life is chopping wood. If you use a sledgehammer on a tractor tire, it's the same movements, the same workout that you get from wood, but you don't have wood stacking up and flying all over the place and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, I get you now.
It's just a safer.
Hold on, I'm trying to. Your mic is very low. I'm trying to see if I can turn it up a bit. I don't know. Talk now. I can hear you a bit better now. Yeah, you're okay.
But yeah, it's just a safer way of doing that chopping wood exercise. You don't have to go through a bunch of wood. You don't have to buy a bunch of wood and then get rid of it. I don't have a wood burning fireplace or anything like that, so I wouldn't benefit from it. Yeah, it's just for.
Mike, the problem that I've had with that is that whenever I hit a big tire with my axe, the axe always comes flying back at me. It just doesn't seem very safe.
Well, if you don't use an axe, you use a sledgehammer.
Yeah, use the sledge instead.
Learning to control it is the other part of
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
usually you don't want an axe coming towards you.
When I say a tractor tire, this is not a small tire. It's 6 foot tall, 6 foot diameter, and 30 inches thick. So it's got recoil to it, but not a lot of recoil.
So we'll see in a couple of weeks' time. You'll be like Arnold Schwarzenegger here. So you'll have all the muscles. Oh.
What do you think Oscar's going to say, Shark?
Ooh, nice board.
I'm going to go Telcom High.
Stand by. See what this
live test of Oscar.
See what this lion ass says. The board appears to be from telecom communication equipment. It is highly populated with chips and has connectors typical of telecom boards. However, it does not have any visible transformers, heat sinks, or coils, which are disqualifying factors for high-grade telecom. Therefore, it can be graded as a high-grade telecom board.
Yay!
Yay! Nobody gives a shit.
1-0 to Oscar.
Don't say it's Oscar.
He got one out of 4 right. 1 out of 4. That's not good odds.
Well, and the other part of that is that Chris goes in during the evenings. He reviews all of Oscar's grades, and then he retrains Oscar for all of the ones that are mistakes. So any place that Oscar's made a mistake, Chris has had to spend time retraining Oscar. So you can imagine how busy Chris has been lately.
I was going to say, have you been talking to Chris since he done it, and like how many photos a day is Oscar having to go through, I wonder, at the moment, since he put it on the website?
I don't know.
I did not ask him that question. I did ask him if it's been busy, and he said, yeah, he said it's been pretty busy with people putting stuff in.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering how he's getting on with it, and like, is it a lot busier than he thought it was going to be, would it, or about what he thought, or less than he thought? But
well, I think he was being realistic, and he understood that when he first put it out, there was going to be a surge of interest for people using it, and then people like Mike trying to break it. So he was kind of ready for that,
Me? Never.
what you call it saying? Ed is saying, "Cool shirt, Shark."
Yeah, it's very cool. like a tribal shark kind of design.
Definitely.
American Super Hoarder is asking, what is Oscar? Oscar is an AI app, essentially, that is on the BoardSort website now, where you can upload a photo of a board, and it will tell you what type of board it is and what category it will go into for BoardSort to pay you for it. But it's still kind of not 100% getting everything right, but it's, learning as it goes. Am I correct in the way I explain that, Shark?
Yep.
I'm trying to get you a little compensation, Shark, for helping them out with that too. By the way, trying, buddy, trying. Trying to get you some new car money. Oh my God.
Yeah, this week was a week that I got nothing done scrap-wise. I wound up picking up 3 couches and this tire.
What were you picking up 3 couches for?
Because my wife changed her mind.
Oh, jeez.
Good answer.
Don't you hate when that happens?
I seen a cool video on TikTok, and it was a husband and wife out shopping, and they're in the grocery store or whatever. And she was picking apples, and she was putting the apple in the bag, and she was looking at the apples. She put them in the bag, and anytime he'd hand her an apple, she wasn't good enough. So after she was putting the apple in the bag, he'd just take the apple out of the bag that she had just picked, re-show it to her, and she'd go, "No, not good enough," because he was picking the apple. And it was the same apple she had just picked and put in the bag 2 seconds before. And just because he handed it to her, it wasn't good enough.
Oh, that's funny.
And it was the exact same apple that she was picking every time. And every time he took it out of the bag and handed it to her, she threw it away and picked a different apple. Everyday Scholars seen that video as well. Everyday Scholars, that sums up your species, the woman species. You're a different breed completely. The way you think. Just because the man picked it out, it wasn't going to be good enough.
Well, for the dog lovers, there's also a rule going around where the person walks up to a car and there's a note stuck to the side of the car that says he's got treats and water. I'm inside shopping. He's happier here. And the camera pans to show the driver's seat, and it's the husband laying in the car, not a dog.
How true that is. How true that is.
Yeah.
We used to go to these shops down in Florida, a little town called St. Augustine, and it had all kinds of little art shops and clothing shops and stuff. And so there was this one that I would go in and I would make a comment to the owner. So you need to have a husband chair. And, I said, yeah, you need a couple of chairs right here by the front door. So the husbands have someplace to sit. And about a month or 2 later, we showed up and there was the husband chairs. I just started laughing, took a seat.
Hey, Claire, welcome in. Well, if you look back through the Irish history and the pubs in Ireland and the shops in Ireland, every shop had a pub at the back, no matter what they were selling. It was clothes, it was groceries, whatever it was. So when the women were shopping out the front, the men used to just go straight through and into the back, into this little place where they were able to sit down and have a few drinks and let the women shop away out the front.
Oh, that's even better.
Yes, and there's still 1 or 2 shops in Ireland which still have that tradition that the shop is at the front and you have to go through the shop, and then at the back is the bar. So whether clothes shops or whatever, they think the women can be shopping out the front and the guys can be all in the back having their drinks. Oh, look at that for a board. That's nice.
You better be careful. Irish is going to have an epileptic fit.
Here's what Copper Stripper's doing. Watch, look at this. She's watching ducks.
She's what?
She's babysitting ducks.
Babysitting ducks.
Okay, well,
Right, let me shoot around the panel before Solers goes live for her premiere soon. So, Ewist Mike, what's the plan for the week? Ewist Mike is frozen. Yeah, Ewist Mike is completely frozen. Hey, Jake, welcome in. Mike's Meltdown, what's the plan for the week?
Not couches.
Not coaches.
A little bit of recovery from this week, and then trying to get down into the shop and get some stuff scrapped out. I got stuff piling up that I've got to get through.
Okay. And have you doing any melting or anything like that this week?
Probably not. I need to accumulate some metal before I accumulate some copper and get it all ready to be melted before I can start doing anything. I may do some aluminum soon. I've got a good bit of aluminum that I can do.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll have to look at that.
Okay. Shark Scrapper, what's your plan for the week?
processing, picking up, getting caught up, making videos, the usual kind of stuff. So, and then also, I guess now I'm going to be figuring out how to deal with the insurance company stuff on my wife's car. So, I might be going with the wife to buy another car.
Hey, there we go. Oh, Mike is back in the basement, is he? Or
I
yes,
take
he
it I missed something earlier in the call.
Did you miss me?
is.
I didn't want you to know what I was doing.
Yeah, Mike goes, I'm not telling you this week what I'm going to do for the week. So he isn't. So, Mike, what are you going to do for the week this week?
All that mess back there.
Hold on. Let's get a look.
I'm not doing anything but getting this stuff cleaned up.
And will we get to see the 9-inch or the 7-inch grinder in action this week?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's for motors.
That's for motors.
I don't
So
know.
no
I might take a break if it gets too hot in here and go outside where it's a degree or two cooler, and maybe shoot some sparks. I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, chop some motors.
Yeah.
Some motors. Okay, that's Mike's plan for the week. Right. Well, I'm working on some gold recovery at the moment, so if I get that all finished up and done, when I get that finished up and done, I'll have the video of that coming out. So it's from the incinerated chips, where I've done. I think we started off with 30 pounds of chips in weight, and then incinerated it down and ended up with 22 pounds of dust, and then done all the work to get down to about 2 or 3 pounds of material. So we'll see what gold we end up in that. So that hopefully will be out. If not this week, it'll be out next week for definite, I hope. Because if I'm off all week, I should get that video finished up. So I should have it either for this week or for next week. I hope to get some melting done this week. I might do some live melting on TikTok. I know that a lot of people don't follow me over there, but you might see me doing it there live if I get time. And I will do some YouTube videos on it as well. And that's about it. So as always, appreciate you all for being in. Appreciate everyone that came up. If you haven't already hit the like, please do. And we will catch you all next week. I'm putting the link in for Solers, who's going live in a few minutes. Well, our premiere is in a few minutes. And we'll see what progress she's made in the shed. Hopefully she's made more progress than Ian has. So scrap you all later, guys. Appreciate you all. Thanks for being in. Catch you next week, hopefully. Bye-bye.